This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. The U.S. Senate has passed the Indian Water Rights Settlement Extension Act, which includes 4 bills for water projects, urban health, benefits for school employees, and veterans' health. The Navajo-Utah Water Rights Settlement Act is among the bills. It would create a final settlement of water rights claims between the Navajo Nation, the state of Utah, and the federal government. It authorizes nearly $200 million for a water development fund to bring clean water to the Navajo Nation, and establishes rights for the Navajo Nation to use water sources in Utah. Navajo leaders Thursday applauded the passage in the Senate. In a statement, President Jonathan Nez called on the House to approve the legislation, pointing to the water crisis on the reservation compounded with COVID-19. According to the tribe, more than 40% of Navajo households in Utah lack running water or adequate sanitation in their homes. U.S. New Mexico Senator Martin Heinrich is criticizing the Treasury Department for delaying COVID-19 relief funding to tribes. The Treasury Department is likely to miss its June 5th deadline to distribute more than $3 billion of the $8 billion set aside for tribes in the CARES Act. The department now plans for a June 12th date to distribute the funds, citing incomplete or incorrect information on applications. In a statement, Heinrich said it's been over 2 months since the passage of the CARES Act, calling the delay a failure on behalf of the Trump administration. He suggests Treasury should work with Regional Bureau of Indian Affairs offices to assist tribes and troubleshoot problems. Treasury began making payments in May to tribal governments based on population. Additional payments are based on tribal employment and expenditures. Applications Treasury has questioned have to be responded to by June 6th, or tribes will not receive payments. Many people who sew have focused on making face masks to use during the COVID-19 pandemic, including a Rapid City, South Dakota fashion designer who's creating native stylized masks. China Lockett has more.
Darla Takes a Knife works full-time at Oyate Health in Rapid City. She checks people into the COVID-19 testing area. When she's not at the hospital, she makes tailored clothing by hand. She incorporates Lakota symbols, using everything from ribbon to acrylic paint and burnt char from her fire pit.
Clothes that are for today, so we can express our culture and traditions in our work, school, for our everyday.
Things got stressful when the pandemic hit. Takes a Knife had just received a business license and was ready to turn her full-time hobby into something more. But she stopped making dresses, jackets, and shirts because the stress of working on the front lines was taking its toll.
I was really going downhill with a depression type deal because I started getting scared, and I actually saw myself just laying in my bed and I'm going to just sleep. I guess this is my time to rest.
She saw people making handmade masks online. Then someone at the hospital had a request.
I had a nurse say, Darla, will you make me a mask, please? And so, okay, I'll do it for her, just this one time, I'm sure.
The request is for an Oglala Lakota tribal pattern. Takes a Knife made the mask, then added tiny individual strips of fabric to make the tribal flag. When photos of her creation surfaced, people started requesting masks with their own tribal flags. She ordered hypoallergenic pillowcases, layered them with breathable t-shirts, and started filling orders.
I'm mailing them to Maine, Arizona, to Texas, Georgia. It's just lifting people's spirits up.
Takes a Knife has to charge enough money for supplies and her free time since she's still an essential healthcare worker. She's also donated masks with her own business logo, a hopa, to people in need. For National Native News, I'm China Lockett in Rapid City.
And I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Kawanak Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Hey, Ivan. Good to see you.
You too. What brings you here?
I'm informing people about the 2020 census.
The census? Yeah, everyone knows about that.
They don't. They really don't. But I do. And when we participate, it helps determine funding. For things like grants and programs in our communities.
Cool, that's good to know.
The census is for all American Indians and Alaska Natives. Shape our future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.